It appears that U.S. citizens are now receiving federal orders telling them to leave the country. Now, on Friday, Nicole Mischeroni received an email instructing her to leave the country within 7 days. So now Mischeroni is not a migrant. She is not an immigrant. She is a 40-year-old U.S. citizen. Now, she is an immigration attorney and lives in Boston, Massachusetts. So why would she get a notice to self-deport? That seems rather strange. Now, MSNBC asked her, and she basically was like, I don't know, there must be incompetent, they're doing something wrong, and had said during this interview that there had been no follow-up to that notice, which told her, it is time for you to leave the United States. Here's some of that interview.
I think since then it's become, well, it's more likely than not that it's an administrative error on DHS's part, but that's concerning too. They're not being careful with who they're sending these notices to.
Well, did you reach somebody from DHS? What did you do after you got this and determined, hey, this might be actually a legit letter from them, even if it is an administrative error?
So I personally have not heard from anybody at DHS or reached anybody there. The email did come from a no reply email address. They have made some general statements about the email since all of this went public. And they did confirm that it's a real email and that they will be dealing with email sent in error on a case-by-case basis. That being said, I have not heard from them about my particular case.
I mean, big picture here, what does the fact that you, a U.S. citizen, born here, received this email, what does it tell you about the process and where it is now? Had you ever, in your years as an immigration attorney, ever heard of anything quite like this?
Never quite like this. And it tells me that the process is a mess right now. DHS isn't being careful. I think their main goal is to scare people into leaving the United States. They want immigrants to be uncomfortable here. And I think the takeaway is not only that it was sent to me, but it was sent to a lot of people that received this email.
So the process is a mess. Yeah, it is a mess, like a lot of different things in the government. But I think it's worse than that, okay? Because you look at that letter, that's frightening, right? The government's, we're going to come for you. We're going to deport you, okay? And so, wait a minute, I'm an American citizen. What the hell? And here's the thing. Doge is working with government agencies right now to hand off all of our personal information that they stole from government servers. Even though a judge said you need to delete all that data right now, they're not, they haven't, and they've been handing it over to immigration. They've been handing it over to ICE to go and target immigrants. Well, that's fine. If you're a citizen, you should be okay, right? No, that's the problem. ICE raids have already swept up American citizens, people who have legal status, that are legally allowed to be here. They have been disappeared on the streets and sent to, some of them sent to El Salvador on made-up charges of terrorism. Terrorism. So no, being a citizen is not protecting you. Especially since they want to ignore due process. And that's the other part, okay? Due process. Why is due process so important? Why do you keep talking about due process? Due process. Due process is how you prove that you're a citizen and that you're allowed to be here in the first place. If you are denied due process, then there is nothing that can stop this administration from sending you or me to El Salvador whenever it wants. And that's the real problem here. This is extremely frightening. All right. Once we start disappearing U.S. citizens into these El Salvadoran camps, as Trump has already talked about doing, he floated that idea, talking with Bukele, we need 5 more of these places. Then we're going to go after the homegrowns. We're in real big trouble. And I don't think people quite realize it yet. It's not like, oh, we're inching towards it. No, we're already here. We're in Nazi Germany. Okay? That's where we're at. It's incredibly scary. Now, in a statement, a senior official with the Department of Homeland Security said, oh, no, this was a separate agency, Customs and Border Protection. They're issuing the parole termination notices to people who they say do not have lawful status to remain in the United States. Well, the parole was legal status. So they're just taking it. They're just taking legal status away from people. I mean, that's it. Now, the official said CBP used the known email addresses of the alien to send notifications. If a non-personal email, such as an American citizen contact, was provided by the alien, so notice how they're shifting the blame onto the immigrants. Notices may have been sent to unintended recipients. CBP is monitoring communications and will address any issues on a case-by-case basis. And then adds, to be clear, if you're an alien, being in the United States is a privilege and not a right. We are acting in the best interest of our country and enforcing the law accordingly, but without due process, by the way. So you're actually not. This statement does not make me feel better, and it shouldn't. Okay? And notice, too, that it's the immigration lawyers that are getting these notices. And she's not the only one. Carmen Bello, who's also a Boston-based immigration attorney, had her own notice given to her. She told the local NBC station, they're not even checking if it's the attorney's email or the applicant's email. I think there's a lack of responsibility on the department on sending the letters like this. Perhaps, once again, they're erring on the side of, oh, these people are idiots, and so they're just randomly sending out letters. No, I think they're targeting immigration lawyers. It's not like the Trump administration has not been targeting law firms. They have. Many of the firms that he has been going after were once home to lawyers who were involved in investigations of Trump himself, such as former special counsel Robert Mueller. NPR spoke with attorneys at a half a dozen organizations that regularly team up with big law firms that provide pro bono assistance to challenge government actions or policies. All of them are saying that they have deep concerns that Trump's campaign against law firms will cause them to pull back from pro bono work that is at odds with Trump's own views. Some of them say it's already happening. Dustin Rinders, the legal director of the Texas Civil Rights Project, says, increasingly I'm hearing about political considerations being an issue in firms deciding whether they're going to be able to assist. So they're going after law firms, and now it looks like they're probably going after immigration lawyers. I think it's pretty clear that Trump is not interested in the work that they do, not in favor of it. And so when you see them, two of them get hit with these self-deport notices, I don't think that's incompetence. I don't think it's coincidence either. I think it's an effort to target people, since they have already shown that they're more than willing to disappear people who are legally here to an El Salvadoran prison camp. This is the weaponization of government, everyone. This is meant to chill dissent, to scare these firms and these lawyers into not fighting against the lawless actions of this regime. Call it for what it is. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.